Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyota's clearance countdown is on. Get huge savings on the last of the 2017 Corollas. 21 games remain for the Dodgers. They've got a 10-game lead on the Arizona Diamondbacks. A magic number of 12 is Justin Turner. The second leading hitter in the National League leads the Dodgers out onto the field. The Dodgers at 92-49, 43 games over 500. This is game 142. The Colorado Rockies won 2 in a row, and of course, they were winners last night, 5-4. Charlie Blackmon's going to lead it off. The National League's leading hitter at 340 with 193 hits. He has the most of anybody in the game. LeMahieu, last year's National League batting champion, hitting second. Arenado is first in the league with 116 runs batted in. Reynolds at first base. Parr is in right. Parr enjoying a career year at 326. Trevor Story is at short. Ian Desmond in left. Lucroy is catching. Chad Bettis pitching and batting ninth, facing the 26-year-old left-hander Alex Wood.
Alex Wood is uber competitive, and he needs to be tonight, but not take that adrenaline of trying to break this losing streak and overthrowing. Find your rhythm early, especially with your off-speed stuff, because this Rocky team is a very good fastball hitting club.
And he has done exceptionally well at Dodger Stadium this year in 12 games and 10 starts. He's 8-1 at .277 earned run average, striking out 74 and walking just 15. So it's the Dodgers. And this losing streak, it just won't seem to shake them. 8 in a row, 13-14. They haven't hit much, they haven't pitched much, but they still have a sizable lead. Certainly destiny well in their hands. But they got to start turning things around. There's Cody Bellinger, and here's Charlie Blackmon leading it off. Blackmon with 34 home runs and 88 runs batted in, takes a strike, and we're underway. Another big crowd at Dodger Stadium. Sun beginning to set here on the West Coast. Blackmon quietly becoming one of the elite players in the game that nobody talks about. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dodgers have had this feeling, anticipating the first pitch, hopeful that they can break the losing streak, and they've had a great attitude through this whole streak, but now they are absolutely to the point they need production.
The 1-1, Blackmon takes high and inside, and it's 2-1.
That production and tone setting starts with the starting pitcher. Dave Roberts has talked about that a lot with the media and with his team, hoping that his starters can go out there and set the tone.
Well, Darvish struggled last night, 5 runs in 4 1/3. Now it's Wood's turn to try to right the ship as he misses outside. It's 3-1. LeMahieu on deck, Arenado to follow. And the 3-1. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Charlie Blackmon, a note about him in facing left-handed pitching over the last, well, since the 7th of July, a couple of months. Against lefties, he's hitting .418. He's 23 for 55 and on base percentage of .508. The 3-2 drilled into the right field corner, and he is on his way to second base for at least a double. He will arrive there, and the Rockies get off to a hot start.
Alex Wood had an amazing first half, an ERA below 2, mowing down everybody. In the second half, the slugging percentage has gone up and the batting average against has gone up, and it's mostly because of the elevated fastball. Normally living down by the knees when he's at his best, the fastball up usually gets hit.
Well, the Rockies with a run in the first last night, and Blackmon leads off tonight's game with his 31st double of the year. DJ LeMahieu at .315 stepping in, and he's been on a hot streak. .348 is what he hit last year to win the National League batting title. To the right side, Bellinger's going to throw to third, and Blackmon is out. What a play by Bellinger, and the slap tag put on by Turner.
Aggressive, a smile right there from Cody Bellinger. Remember, he's got an outfielder's arm playing first base, and it's a Gold Glove both places in my book. Take a look at the Volkswagen replay right here. Cody Bellinger with a very quick decision, charging that hard ground ball. Beautiful play by Justin Turner to rescue the throw, record the out, and regain the momentum here in the top of the first for the Dodger defense.
That was one of those what-if plays. Well, didn't have to answer it. As it turns out, Turner was able to slap the tag. One out, LeMahieu's at first, and here is Nolan Arenado. Takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Of course, Arenado, who has just been a killer against the Dodgers. Hit that 3-run home run on Thursday night. Hitting .305. 7th in the league in home runs, leads the league in RBIs. LeMahieu's stolen 6 bases this year, but he has been caught 5 times. Not likely to run, especially with Arenado at the plate.
And a tough lefty to run on, and Alex Wood, very deceptive move.
1 ball and no strikes to Nolan Arenado. There's a strike. 1-1. We may look back 8 2/3 innings from now on that play by Bellinger that may or may not, we'll see how this inning plays itself out, turn the whole dynamic of this inning, and the way things have been going for the Dodgers may turn out to be a big play. Here's the 1-1. Arenado tried to check his swing. 1-2.
Justin Turner was really the hero of the play because the throw was there in time, but it was low, and Bellinger being a left-handed thrower, that ball tailed away from the bag. Justin able to backhand it on the 1 hop and then apply the tag, really sacrificing his body as he applied it.
For Bellinger, some risky business. The 1-2, Arenado fouls it back and out of play.
Well, the beginning of this play, Cody Bellinger charges the ball headed towards third base, and then as it comes over there, curving away from the bag, Turner stays with it, and the soft hands then grabs that ball and puts the tag on.
If Blackman makes it to third, you're looking at first and third, nobody out, and a team that's lost 8 in a row saying, oh, here we go again. So we'll see how it plays out now. Here's the 1-2. Arenado just gets a piece of it.
Arenado definitely in between on a few pitches there. The breaking ball into him. He slowed his bat down, almost swung as slow as the slow curveball, and that fastball away. Complete emergency kind of check swing to foul it off.
Arenado has 164 hits. He's 6th in the league in that category. Here's the 1-2. Inside. Blocked by Grandal. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A very nice block by Yasmani Grandal. Nimble with the feet and keeping his body square. The ball ends up sticking in his glove, but he had the whole body prepared to block it.
Mark Reynolds on deck, then Gerardo Parra. The Rockies 11 games over 500, 16 behind the Dodgers. The 2-2. Slapped to right and slicing out of play. Lake Forest, El Toro High School, and Arenado's already making a nuisance of himself against Alex Wood here in the first inning. Fifth year in the big leagues, and he has won the Gold Glove at third base each of his first 4 seasons, and no reason to believe he's not going to win his 5th straight this year. Down on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Alex Wood.
First baseman number 12,
A double,
Mark Reynolds.
an out recorded at third base on a sweet defensive play, and now an outstanding breaking ball. Alex Wood feeling good and looking good here at the beginning of this game.
And the way things have gone against the Dodgers in first innings of games recently. Striking out Arenado huge, and here is Reynolds. Reynolds at 272 and 28 home runs. Has not fared especially well against left-handed pitching. Breaks his bat into the glove of Bellinger, and the inning is over. And the Dodgers, thanks to Cody Bellinger, can breathe a big sigh of relief. Since the top of the order that has succeeded so well this year, Taylor, Seager, Turner, and Bellinger have been together. In the 20 games in which one or the other was not in the lineup, the Dodgers went 5-15. This year, when they are batting 1, 2, 3, 4, the Dodgers are 24-4. Then you got Puig and Grandal, Forsythe, Peterson, and Alex Wood facing Chad Bettis, and what a comeback story he has been.
Fantastic. Diagnosed with testicular cancer in the offseason, surgery in November, and now 6 starts here in the big leagues. This is going to be his 6th. A tremendous comeback story. The fastball, the curveball, and the change. Fastball's playing down a little bit this year, regaining his strength.
And Chris Taylor, first pitch swinging, lost one to second base, and there's DJ LeMahieu.
Bettis is at a point right now where he really needs his off-speed stuff. The fastball does not average over 90 miles an hour, or just a tick under. So the Rockies have been encouraging him to use his changeup and his breaking ball a lot more until he gets his strength back.
Seager 1 for 5 last night, 9th leading hitter in the league at .309, 19 home runs and 65 runs batted in, has more hits than any other Dodger. So chemistry can be defined in any way you so desire, whether it's on the field, in the clubhouse, wherever it may be. How about the batting order? I mean, you just take a look at the numbers this year. Ball inside and low, 1 ball, no strikes. When Taylor, Seager, Turner, and Bellinger are 1, 2, 3, and 4, the Dodgers are 24-4. And when the 4 of them are in the lineup together, the team is 46-8.
Well, there is a comfort factor of hitting around the same guys, understanding what each one likes to do. But there also is the factor that Taylor's hitting .305, Seager's hitting .309, Turner's hitting .328, and Cody Bellinger, behind all of them, has 36 home runs.
So it works. Here's the 2-1. Low and inside, 3 balls and a strike. Of course, Seager had the elbow issue. Bellinger had the ankle. Turner rested here and there. And it's now 3-2 to Corey Seager.
And the equity that the Dodgers have built up in the win column gives them the flexibility to rest the minor injuries, keep the guys off their legs on certain days where they're not together, because they want to be ready for that last month.
Seager down on strikes. Second out of the first.
Third baseman number 10, Justin Turner.
Now Justin Turner coming up. Second leading hitter in the league at 328. But he has enjoyed facing Rockies pitching. In 12 games this season against the Rockies, he's hitting .362. A home run, 8 runs batted in, and 5 doubles. And he has enjoyed his time against Bettis as well. 19 home runs on the year for Turner, who takes a strike, 0-1. He hit his 19th last night in the first inning. 2 out, bottom of the first, just underway. 1-1.
When Justin Turner is locked in, he has such great rhythm in the batter's box. There's a lot of movement there, especially when you watch the leg kick. But boy, the rhythm that he has when he's locked in, and it has been most of this year. It's a very pretty swing once he launches that bat.
Well, the 2 leading hitters in the National League this season on the field tonight. Turner in the batter's box. Charlie Blackmon is in center as Turner takes outside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. And Bellinger, the second leading home run hitter in the league, is on deck. There's Blackmon, who began the game with a double and lifted his average to 341. And Turner lifts one to left, sprinting over and toward the corner to make the catch is Ian Desmond to end the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the second.
Landover Performance Spotlight, and it early is on Alex Wood and his success against these Colorado Rockies. 2-0, and look at that ERA at .75. You hope the home cooking and the Rockies uniform bring some more results like that.
Gerardo Parra to lead it off against Wood here in the second inning. Parra having a career year at 326. Takes low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Parra, Trevor Story, and Ian Desmond against Alex Wood, making but his 22nd start of the year. The 1-0. Fly ball, right field. Puig racing back at the wall. It's off the scoreboard. Parra is on his way to second base, and he will arrive there with a double. So in each of the first 2 innings, the Rockies begin it with doubles. Blackmon in the first, and here's Parra in the second.
Only 2 left-handed hitters in the Rockies lineup, and they both have doubles, as Charlie, you said, and lefties have hit Alex better this year than righties at a 221 clip compared to a 208 clip. Yasiel played that as best he could, gunned it in there, just Parra's speed was going to make it anyway.
The Rockies in general have hit very well against left-handed pitching this year. In fact, better against lefties than righties. The Rockies are hitting .281 against left-handed pitching. Trevor Story with Parra leading off second. Lost one to deep left field. Back and gone. Trevor Story with his 20th home run of the year. And the Rockies take a 2-0 lead.
This has been a theme for the Dodgers starting pitchers as they have struggled. The good hitting teams have started to sit early on strikes and fastballs. They've been so good at not walking people and breaking on top, and Alex Wood going fastball away, pulls it a little bit to the middle of the plate. And the league has really picked up on the fact that the Dodgers throw a lot of strikes and they are swinging early, and sometimes they get hit hard.
Trevor Story's 20th home run of the season. Jock Peterson playing in left field for the first time this year. Desmond takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Alex Wood surrenders his 13th home run of the year in his 130th inning of work. So you saw the starters continue to struggle. It was a long night for Darvish last night. Kershaw on Thursday night, 4 runs, 6 hits in 3 2/3. 1-2 to Ian Desmond. And so the Dodgers finding themselves in a position they've been in all too frequently lately, playing from behind. 1-2, the pitch on the way, inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think that hit him, Charlie. Caught his back foot. Breaking ball down and in. There wasn't much effort to get out of the way. Maybe Yasmani Grandal asking home plate umpire Ben May that. The curve ball and scoots the midsection out of the way, but that surely did not move his feet, and that one struck him on the toe.
Ben May calling balls and strikes tonight. A 35-year-old vacation reliever out of Racine, Wisconsin. So the Rockies, the early 2-0 lead, and Jonathan Lucroy stepping in. Takes a strike, 0-1. Coming into this game, the Dodgers, of course, lost 13 of 14. They've been outscored 79-32. And during the slide of the 127 innings they have played, they have led at the end of just 13 innings. No balls, 1 strike. Into center, Chris Taylor's there. And during this slide, having been outscored 79-32, the Dodgers averaging 2.3 runs per game, and as a team hitting collectively 195. Well, they haven't hit much, they haven't pitched much, and they certainly haven't won much.
But they are still the best team in baseball, and that's the positive thought that Dave Roberts tries to keep having, and the team. There hasn't been a team for the Dodgers since 1962 that has 92 wins on this date.
There's a strike, 0-1.
And Charlie, even before that, you'd have to go back to 1955 to have this many runs or this many wins on this date. So these guys have built quite a lead.
Dodgers magic numbers down to 12. Bunt back to the box, and Wood will throw to first base. Desmond will go to second, 2 out, and Charlie Blackmon coming up.
Number 19, Charlie Blackmon.
Blackmon began the game with a double. His 194th hit. He also leads the league with 126 runs scored. Rockies with the early 2-0 lead. in Phoenix tonight. In the bottom half of the fifth, the Padres and the D-backs are scoreless. Blackman takes low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
This is one of those at bats with Blackman up there that Alex Wood will be thinking about a semi-intentional walk. Not getting 4 balls from the dugout, let him trot down there, but you're definitely going to try and throw pitchers pitches on the edges or just off the plate. Try and make himself out.
Said it last night, even his foul balls are allowed.
Corey Seager does this very, very well. Stay in there against left-handers. Charlie Blackman does it in a big way. They don't really care what your handedness is as a pitcher, what your stuff is. They're both very aggressive hitters, and they make very loud contact.
Blackman hitting .339 against left-handed pitching, so it doesn't matter if it's lefty or righty. Here's the 1-1, outside and high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. But again, the depth of this Rockies offense. You got Blackman, the National League's leading hitter, with last year's batting champion LeMahieu on deck. The 2-1 from Alex Wood. Into center field for a base hit. Rounding third, Desmond, and he will score. Blackman is 2 for 2, and the Rockies have a 3-0 lead.
Number 9, DJ LeMahieu.
A very good piece of hitting again from Charlie Blackman. Pitchers do make mistakes, but hitters often foul those pitches back. But Blackman right now is not missing anything.
So there's Blackman with his 89th run batted in. And LeMahieu stepping up. LeMahieu grounded to first in his first at bat. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1. So again, the Dodgers starting pitching, which had been such a source of strength until about the 3rd week of August.
No matter how you slice this pitching staff, it was the top of the heap. Starters, relievers, middle relief, closer, top of the rotation, bottom of the rotation. You could slice it any way you wanted, and you were going to find that they were going to be at the top of baseball. But right now, it has been a struggle with the starters, and has been a struggle with middle relief.
Well, statistically, the Dodgers have the lowest ERA and the best starting ERA, bullpen ERA, but not lately. Here's the 1-1. Inside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike to DJ LeMahieu. LeMahieu, one of those afterthought trades with the Cubs a few years back. Ian Stewart wasn't doing much in Colorado, and LeMahieu wasn't doing much in Chicago. Well, LeMahieu turns out to be a batting champion and an all-star, and I don't know where Ian Stewart is anymore.
Rockies picked their pocket.
And at 6'4", he is the tallest second baseman in the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. It's now 3-2. And again, the relentless nature of this Rockies lineup. You have the National League's leading hitter leading off. He's at first base. LeMahieu, the defending National League batting champion, hitting now. And Arenado, who leads the league with 116 runs batted in, on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. So Blackman, with good speed, will be off and running. The pitch is high and inside, ball 4.
Number 28, Nolan Arenado.
First walk given up by Wood, and here comes Arenado.
Quick refresher on the signs with a man on second, and Alex Wood and Yasmani Grandal grinding on trying to get out of this inning. Plenty of time left in the game, but you don't want to make a mistake to this guy right now and have it turn into a 6 spot.
Arenado with that 3-run home run on Thursday night off Kershaw. What's he hitting against left-handed pitching this year? 414.
This Rockies lineup, you really admire them when they're in Coors Field. That seems to always be their splits where they take advantage of that home field, but they have started to hit here on the road.
Two balls and no strikes. The Rockies on the road this year are at 35-34. Noteworthy because in the history of the franchise, they finished over 500 on the road only once. And that was a game over 500 about 10 years back. 2 balls, no strikes to Arenado, first and second. Here's a strike, and it's 2-1. So Wood trying to limit the damage to 3 runs here in the second. Mark Reynolds is on deck. Drilled into left field for a base hit. Rounding third, on his way home is Blackmon. Throw to the plate, not in time. Ball not handled cleanly by Grandal. Blackmon comes in to score, and the Rockies now have a 4-0 lead.
Number 12, Mark Reynolds.
They've attacked the ball early in the count. They've built some hitters counts and then attacked the ball there. Gets a ball in the inner half when he was attempting to go away, and Arenado doesn't miss it. Jock Peterson had a shot at Blackmon. Got the ball in there. Blackmon takes the brunt of the collision with Grandal. Yasmani holds on to it. He's probably out, but that's a very tough play to have it stick in the catcher's glove. A lot more padding than pocket.
Now Honeycutt is out there talking to the entire infield, and Wood 41 pitches into the journey and he's already down 4 runs. And Mark Reynolds, 9th batter of the inning.
Rockies batted around last night. Dodgers batted around last night. It looks like the Rockies are the first one to do it here.
Second and third. Reynolds takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Reynolds strikes out a fair amount, 156 times. Takes a strike and is 1-1. Alex Wood in his last start on Sunday in San Diego, 4 runs, 7 hits in 6 innings. One ball, 2 strikes to Mark Reynolds. Wood was practically untouchable till about the All-Star break. Post break, he has returned to the pack. Having said that, he's still 14-2. The 1-2 into the Dodger dugout.
He has had an absolutely tremendous year, an all-star year, and Alex Wood remade himself with Rick Honeycutt as far as strength and delivery, and really studied the biomechanics of his delivery to get back to where he was pre-surgery. And he is a tremendous competitor and has had a great year. He's just going through a rough patch here, just like the Dodgers.
Well, Mayhew's at third, Arenado's at second. 1-2 to Reynolds. Struck him out, that ends the inning. But not before the Rockies come up with 4 runs on 4 hits. and leave 2. Sun is setting in Southern California, and the Dodgers hoping the sun will rise here pretty quick. Bellinger leads off in the second and takes a strike, 0-1. A 4-run, 4-hit top half of the second inning off Alex Wood. Bellinger takes high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Puig and Grandal to follow. A 1-1. The Dodgers again in an all too familiar position. Down early and down by a crooked number.
Chad Bettis, the guy on the mound, has struggled over his last 3 outings. An ERA over 7. That would give Turner Ward, the Dodger hitting coach, Dave Roberts, and the rest of the team some confidence that they can come back. Knock down that lead early off the starter and not get to the Rocky bullpen, because that's where you get the specific matchups as you get deeper and deeper into the game. But at first, of course, you've got your starter out there that you're trying to get to eat some innings.
Roberts' Dodgers have 42 come from behind wins this year, as Bellinger takes high and inside. It's 3-2. The Rockies have 27 blown leads, but at the moment they've got a 4-0 lead, and Bellinger rolls one up the first base line. Bettis with the play.
Right fielder, number 66.
Yasiel Puig coming up.
Yasiel Puig.
Puig at 255. All but one of his home runs against right-handed pitching. Yasiel takes low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yasiel has really turned into somebody you can count on this year. He no longer is a project. He is no longer inconsistent.
Takes a strike.
We've always had a lot of admiration for the Chase Utleys and the Corey Seagers and the Justin Turners with their professional at-bats day in and day out. Well, Yasiel Puig is reached that pinnacle and seems to be able to stay there.
Well, he's walked 61 times this year. At a .345 on base percentage. LeMahieu can't quite reach it. And Puig is aboard with a 1-out single to right.
The Focus is there. It's a consistent focus. You watch the Audi pitchcast here and see the location of this pitch, where he hits it. It is a low and away pitcher's pitch, but a quality swing that he's still able to hit a line drive, not pull off that ball. Quick enough on the inside and enough extension on the outside to hit line drives.
1 out, 1 on, and here's Grandal, who has fared well in his career against Chad Bettis. Dodgers down 4 in the second. Grandal did not play last night. Was 0 for 4 on Thursday night. Bettis missing inside. Another game the Dodgers are keeping an eye on the scoreboard. The Phillies and Nationals in Washington. Washington. Why Washington? Well, 3 weeks ago, the Dodgers had a 14.5 game lead on the Nationals for best record in the National League. Coming into play tonight, the lead was trimmed to 5. And there's a 3-game series with the Nationals next weekend in D.C. Grandal fouls it off his foot. Phillies 5, Nationals 4, playing in the top of the 8th at Nats Park. Diamondbacks have scored 4 in the 5th inning. And they are now leading the Padres 4-0 in the top of the 6th. Grandal, first base, nice play by Reynolds. Short hop pick at second base. Grandal apparently beats the throw at first, although the Rockies aren't so sure.
Well, as Justin Turner rescued Cody Bellinger on a throw to third, Mark Reynolds gets rescued by Trevor Story from his knees, throws a bullet down there, 1 hop by Story, finds a way to get it in the glove and get it out and get it over to first. He thinks they've got a double play. There's going to be a look from the umpires on the replay. You take a glance here. It looks like they got him. Foot's on the bag, the ball's in the glove, and I mean the defender's foot's on the bag, not Yasmani's.
One would think this is going to be an inning-ending double play. Mark Wegner, first base umpire, made the call. And Jim Reynolds, the third base umpire, is the crew chief listening in.
They haven't found out from New York, but the players have left the field. The marching band has not refused to yield. They have got off the field.
The day the music died. Well, let's clinch the fist, shall we? Yep, that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. After 2, Rockies 4-0.
standout high school senior athlete? Then nominate them for a chance to be named a Spectrum Sports Championship Drive Scholar Athlete and receive a $2,500 college scholarship. Go to SpectrumChamp.com now for more information.
Gerardo Parra will lead it off for the Rockies in the third. They've got a 4-0 lead. All 4 of their runs, 4 of the 5 hits in the second inning. Parra led off the second with a double. Takes a strike, 0-1. And in the on-deck circle, Trevor Story hit a 2-run home run. That is how the Rockies began their 4-run second. Parra smacks a base hit into left field. So he's 2 for 2. 4 runs and 6 hits surrendered by Wood in 2+ innings.
The 4 hits to left-handed hitters that he's given up so far. He's not going to go back and worry about the strategy. He's going to see that where the glove was and where the ball ended up were not close. And it's not always about the data or the pitch selection and the strategy. It's sometimes about execution.
Trevor Story launched his 20th home run of the year into the pavilion in left center in his first at bat. And it gets past Bellinger. I mean, the Dodgers are doing nothing right.
Pickoff attempt, throw. Alex Wood just comes underneath it. When he picked up Bettis's bunt and threw to first, he had the same type of delivery. He kind of came underneath it, but didn't throw it quite that hard. That one had a little more velocity and the same elevation, got away.
The error charged to Wood. And again, the Rockies now with a runner in scoring position. Trevor Story takes inside and low, blocked by Grandal. So the Dodgers in the midst of a slump they never saw coming. They went from 91-36 to 92-49. 8 straight, 13 of 14. Dave Roberts trying to figure out how to stop the bleeding.
It first starts and it's kind of hazy, then it gets kind of really dark clouds, and now there's almost like a malaise over the team. Someone needs to help them bust out of it.
They've lost 8 in a row. The Dodgers have not lost 9 straight since 1992. Here's the 1-1 swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's been a historical season on both ends of the spectrum. The winning that never stopped, and now the losing that hasn't stopped.
One ball, 2 strikes. Ian Desmond on deck. To third. Bobbled by Turner. Does he still have time? Just does get Story.
Dodgers are doing everything to try and change their luck. Didn't bring up Dave Roberts to bring up the lineup card. Not Bob Guerin. Adrian Gonzalez brought it up to break up the rhythm of the season, to get on the winning track. Yesterday, the head clubhouse guy Alex Torres dressed up in the Bat Boy uniform and Bat Boyed for him. Got the offense going a little bit, just the pitching fell a little short.
Then there was an acute shortage of sunflower seeds.
I've been to bat burnings. I've been to uniform burnings. I've been to where everyone has been asked to throw away their undergarments and start over there. We've had high socks in the past. We've had low socks. We've done it all. Anything to make a change.
Ian Desmond, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-1.
Team meetings, cancel batting practice. Everybody don't show up till 4 instead of 2. You've got the day off. Shake up the lineup. You haven't found the formula yet to find that win to get them out of this streak.
A ball, a strike, in and out. And a 4-0 Rockies lead in the 3rd. 1-2. Dodgers and Rockies wrap it up tomorrow at 1:10. Tyler Chatwood and Rich Hill. And then on to San Francisco, Washington, and Philadelphia. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights in San Francisco. Off Thursday, next weekend in Washington, then 4 with the Phillies. On 1-2. After tonight, 20 games left. Ian Desmond hitting the hand late in spring, so he missed the first portion of the season. To third. Turner freezes Parra. Desmond's retired. There's 2 gone.
A little more conventional out. Justin down there laughing how that one was a little bit easier than the one that took a little bad hop on him, but he recovered. Got to find some humor in something and find a smile in those clouds.
The skies are not cloudy all day. Jonathan Lucroy gets the intentional walk. The 4-finger salute brings up Chad Bettis. Bettis sacrificed in his first plate appearance. Bettis making but his 6th start, and he is 1 for 6. First and second, 2 out. Here's a strike, and it's 0-1. The dangerous Charlie Blackmon is on deck. So Wood has to get the opposing pitcher out here, or the Dodgers go into a deeper stew. To the right side, Bellinger throws to Seager. Took a half a step for Seager to get there. The inning is over. No runs, a hit, and an error. 2 left after 2.5. Rockies 4-0. Lineup in the bottom half of the third inning, but first the Coors Light cold hard facts. The Indians won again today, 4-2, their 17th consecutive victory. Dodgers, of course, had double-digit winning streaks in June and July, but how about the Indians? It's the biggest winning streak since the 2002 Oakland Athletics. They won 20 in a row, and during this unbelievable streak for the Indians, they have outscored their opponents by 88 runs. They're not just beating them, they're bludgeoning them. So the Indians and Terry Francona's lot are red hot. Logan Forsythe to lead it off for the Dodgers in the bottom half of the third inning. Forsythe at 227 takes low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We were mentioning earlier how the Dodgers are constantly playing come from behind, and especially at home. Forsythe to right. And there's Parra. A 4-run second inning for Colorado tonight. That was the 4th time this homestand
Fielder number 31.
that the Dodgers have given up at least 4 runs in an inning. Prior to this homestand, the Dodgers have given up 4 or more runs only 3 times all year. Jock Peterson stepping in. Peterson, 11 home runs, 33 runs batted in. Takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. The looks on the faces tell the story. 2 balls and no strikes.
Enough is enough. It's going to have to lead to a different formula. Definitely going to lead to anger.
Peterson, 2-1.
Whatever the emotion is that this streak drives you to, it's got to be something that ends up being productive and helps you mentally and helps you physically. It takes you away from where you think you are the best. It's not a good emotion.
Phillies are hitting in the top of the 9th. Then they lead the Nationals 5-4. Who would have thought a couple of weeks ago the Dodgers would be keeping an eye on the Nationals scores. Peterson to the left side. Arenado.
For 57, Alex Wood.
Alex Wood is 2 for 45. He has struck out more than half the time. Nothing in 1 to Wood. Longest winning streak in baseball history, 26 games. By the New York Giants in 1916. So the Indians still have a way to go, but they are now the team to beat. A couple of weeks ago, the Dodgers were in that category. Wood is done, and so are the Dodgers. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll go to the 4th. Rockies 4-0. Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica, the new benchmark of minivans, and by Hand-Cooked Tires. Chase down your passion, never halfway. A third of the way home, storm clouds on the horizon, and the Rockies have a 4-0 lead with 6 base hits. It'll be the top of the order for Colorado in the 4th. Alex Wood a little late on his warm-ups as he made the last out in the bottom half of the 3rd. It'll be Blackmon, LeMahieu, and Nolan Arenado. Wood, 59 pitches, 40 strikes, 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Now here's Blackmon. Since 2014, against left-handed pitching, in 664 at-bats, he's hit .304, and he's doing even better than that against lefties this year. As he takes outside and low, 1 ball, no strikes, he is 2 for 2 tonight. The 2 best left-handed hitters against left-handed pitching are John Jay and Joey Votto, each at .310. Next, D. Gordon at .309. Nori Aoki at .306, and then Blackmon .304. Wood on 1-1. Blackmon, he's human after all. Bounces to second base. Forsythe throws him out.
The Dodgers looking for Alex Wood to return to form against lefties. Earlier in the year, in the first 100 at-bats or so, lefties hit under 200 off him. But since then, in the second half, not as good. The last 45 at-bats, they're hitting over 350.
Diamondbacks now 6-0 over the Padres in the 7th inning in Phoenix. Here's LeMahieu, 0 for 1 and a walk. Here's a strike, 0-1. Entering play tonight with 21 to go, the Dodgers lead over Arizona 10. Once upon a time, not so long ago, the lead was 21.5. Nothing in 2 to LeMahieu. The Rockies with 4 runs in the 3rd. Able to check his swing. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to DJ LeMahieu, with Nolan Arenado on deck. Two and two. One gone, top of the 4th. Slowly hit to short. Backhanded by Seager, makes an easy play. Showing no ill effects of the elbow. 2 gone. Of course, he's wearing that elastic flap on the right arm, which apparently had been giving him some problems leading up to the time they sat him out for about 10-11 games.
The compression sleeve gives you a little support, keeps it warm. It's something, if they play deep into October in certain cities, you would definitely want to keep your arm warm.
Arenado 1 for 2. 1 ball and no strikes. .31 home runs, league leading 117 runs batted in. Two balls and no strikes.
Probably looking at a future Hall of Famer. Stays healthy, continues this production. The Gold Glove side, the RBI and home run side.
To short. Seager will throw him out. And Wood, his first perfect inning of the ball game. 4-0 Colorado. We go to the bottom of the fourth.
Bottom of the fourth inning, the Rockies up 4-0 right now. Alex Wood in this one. Tomorrow for the series finale, it's going to be Rich Hill, and then there is a bit of a difference with the Dodgers rotation moving forward at San Francisco for that 3-game set against the Giants. Originally, it was going to be Ryu, Maeda, and Kershaw. Now it looks like Ryu's going to be skipped this turnaround. Maeda has been moved up to Monday. Clayton Kershaw threw a bullpen session today, guys. He could potentially go on Tuesday on normal rest instead of Wednesday for that extra day.
And it's the Dodgers and the Giants, and each team just loves to make the other team's life miserable. And it's been a miserable year for the Giants, to be sure. 37 behind the Dodgers and eliminated last month. But they would love nothing better than to be a fly at the Dodgers picnic, with Taylor leading it off here in the bottom half of the fourth. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Taylor popped to second in his first at bat. We mentioned at the open, tonight's the first time in more than 2 weeks in which Taylor, Seager, Turner, and Bellinger batting 1, 2, 3, 4 together. 20 games, and while one or the other, or one of the 3, or one of the 4 were out of the lineup. Taylor to right, Hara to the corner, and can't make the play. Dodgers without those 4 in succession, Taylor, Seager, Turner, and Bellinger, 20 games, went 5-15. Barr's looking at the security guy like it was his fault.
Yeah, that flash of a little bit of blue over there, but he's doing his best to get out of that corner, because if the ball carries into the corner where he's sitting, he doesn't want to be in the way.
The security guy says, "What do you want me to do?" The 2-2 to third. Arenado throws high, and oh, did he airmail it? Well, if you're going to make an error and you're a 4-time Gold Glove winner, get your money's worth.
Number 5.
Better watch this one carefully, because you won't see it again for a long time. Nolan Arenado usually is a highlight reel down there at third.
Well, he's won a Gold Glove each of his first 4 big league seasons. Well, maybe just maybe the security guy down the right field line, will turn the Dodgers' fortunes around. It extended the at-bat. Parr couldn't reach the ball in the corner. Taylor gets aboard on the error by Arenado. Seager swings and misses, 0-1. Turner on deck, and then Bellinger. Dodgers are looking for a spark of anything. To the right side, LeMahieu will throw out Seager, but that'll get Taylor to third. First out of the fourth.
Number 10, Justin Turner.
Now here's Turner, who flied to left in his first at-bat.
Justin had good feelings and bad feelings last night. Good feelings when he hit his home run. Bad feelings when he batted in the next at-bat, was second and third and 1 out, and ended up striking out. Here in a situation where he'd like to pick up an easy RBI, put the ball in play.
Turner's a rare breed these days. He has walked more than he has struck out this year. Outside at low, 1 ball, no strikes. One of a half dozen hitters in the National League with at least 300 at-bats who has walked more often than he has struck out. Two balls and no strikes to Justin Turner. Joe Torre would famously tell his teams when they were down by a sizable margin, take small bites, one at a time. Four nothing, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth. Turner rolls it foul.
Bettis is feeding him all off-speed pitches, a curveball and 2 changeups. Justin out in front of that one.
Turner takes a strike, and it's 2-2. Dodgers have really struggled with runners in scoring position above and beyond their batting average of 195 during this streak, in which they've lost 13 of 14. Turner works the count full. Huge crowd at Dodger Stadium trying to will home a run. They've done it. A single to center for Turner, scores Taylor. It's 4-1 Colorado.
Plenty of off-speed stuff to slow him down. They try to beat him with a fastball in, and Justin is fantastic. He is on time as we watch it on a Morongo Casino slow-mo cam. Fastball in, gets his hips out of the way, pulls his hands in, brings the barrel to the ball, and hits a line drive back where it came from.
It's 4-1 Rockies with Bellinger coming up. Cody bounced back to Bettis in his first at-bat. And a strike, 0-1. Bellinger, 36 home runs. Second in the league. Rockies 4, Dodgers 1 in the bottom of the fourth. 1-1.
Bettis feeling like he's getting back on the horse. Last 3 outings have been a scuffle for him. He's only been back for 5 starts prior to tonight from the DL. coming back from cancer. And it's a very much of a heartwarming story, from the offseason surgery to all the way back to being a big league pitcher. First 2 starts back from the DL were outstanding. The last 3 have not been so good.
Bellinger on 1-2. Blocked by Lucroy. He's been busy behind the plate tonight. 2-2. Puig on deck, and then Grandal to follow. Bellinger facing a shift on the right side of the infield. The outfield plays him the other way, and a ground ball past Reynolds off the sidewall. Turner's on his way to third. He'll be held there. Bellinger with a double. The Dodgers are in business. Second and third with Puig coming up.
Number 66, Yasiel Puig.
Reynolds made an amazing play back in the second that started an inning-ending double play, but this one is hit so hard off the dirt down the line. Cody Bellinger spanking this ball as hard as you would hit a home run, but this one on the ground drives the ball down the line on one hop by Reynolds and sets up a couple of RBIs for Yasiel Puig. Second and third, 1 out.
Mark Wegner, the first base umpire, had a limbo out of the way of that incomer. So now second and third with 1 out. Puig at the plate is the tying run. Turner's at third. Bellinger is at second. 1 out, 1 in. Bottom of the fourth. Puig fouls it off. Looks like another sold-out house at Dodger Stadium, and they're just waiting to erupt. No balls and a strike to Puig. Grandal is on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is where Yasiel can show his maturity in the moment. First base open, understanding what the pitcher is trying to do in this situation. In the past, they would feast on his aggressiveness. Right here, he has to show his discipline.
1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. 2-1.
Be ready to hit, but be willing to pass the baton.
2 balls, 1 strike. To third. Off the glove of Arenado. Down the line. 2 score. Puig holds it second. It's 4-3.
Couple of rare occurrences down at third base for the Rockies, but not a rare occurrence for the Dodgers to come back and bring this house alive. They've been waiting for moments. They're not on top yet, but they're in the game.
Puig now the tying run at second base. A double, 2 RBIs. And here is Grandal. Bounced into a double play in his first at-bat, swings and misses, and it's 0-1. The inning began with an error by Nolan Arenado, throwing error. Now the 0-1 to Grandal. Seager would bounce to second. Then Turner single to center. Bellinger doubled. Puig doubled. And the Dodgers are back to within one. Forsythe on deck. One ball, two strikes. Home runs, 51 runs batted in for Yasmani Grandal. Puig the tying run at second in the bottom half of the fourth. Grandal down on strikes. Third strikeout for Bettis. Second out of the fourth. Forsythe coming up.
Great changeup. Looks like it's near the middle of the plate. Ends up with depth and being wide.
Forsythe flied to right in his first at bat. Four home runs, 28 runs batted in for Forsythe. Takes low, one ball, no strikes. .226 on the year, .242 with runners in scoring position. Two balls, no strikes. And Jock Peterson is on deck.
A losing streak can bring pressure. A comeback can bring excitement. That's what the playoffs are going to be all about. The Dodgers are experiencing that in this inning right here.
Eighth inning in Arizona. The Rockies are the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks 6-2 over the Padres. Now the 2-0. The short. Off the glove of Story. Puig will go to third.
Rare errors down at third base from Arenado, and now this one from Story goes off his glove onto his foot. Yasiel with 2 outs should have been off with the crack of the bat. He was headed back to second. There could have been a collision at home plate if he'd have broke properly, because he would have probably been sent by Chris Woodward and been heading home with a bang-bang play. Dodgers have 4 hits. He has 2 of them been in the middle of both possible rallies. This turned out to be some runs, but right there he'll understand later that got to be moving with 2 outs.
Now Peterson. Scott Oberg. May be the biggest at-bat for the Dodgers in a week.
Well, Dave Roberts protecting Jock Peterson with Chase Utley in the on-deck circle. Dodger bullpen getting busy right now. Brock Stewart getting loose.
Peterson popped out in his first at-bat. Jock at 213. Takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. Forsythe dancing off first base. Forsythe has stolen 3 out of 5 this year. Into right. Parra's got a way to go, but he'll track it down, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers come off the mat. Come up with 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. Yasiel Puig delivers 2 off the glove of Arenado. We'll go to the 5th. Ball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyota's clearance countdown is on. Get huge savings on the last of the 2017 Corollas. Dodgers back to within 1 on this Saturday night in Los Angeles. It'll be Mark Reynolds, Gerardo Parra, and Trevor Story. And as usual, Puig is in the middle of the story. Puig is 2 for 2 tonight and 2 RBIs. Wood is back to within a run. Reynolds takes a strike. It's 0-1. Reynolds has lined out and has been struck out. Up high.
Alex Wood at 72 pitches can empty the tank this inning. Dave Roberts will probably go with a bat to lead off the inning.
2 balls and a strike to Reynolds. 28 home runs, 89 runs batted in. And he's been struck out 157 times this year. Here's a 2-1. Wood missing outside. Brock Stewart was warming in the 4th. Nobody up at the moment. Drilled foul, and it's 3-2.
Dave Roberts might not elect to hit for Alex Wood, but at 75 pitches, they are just building him back up after coming off the DL. We shall see.
Lined into center field for a base hit.
MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Dodger baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Dodger home screen icons and apps, features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today.
Gerardo Parra stepping in. With his 2 hits tonight, he's lifted his average to .330. It's a career high. Trevor Story is on deck. Dodgers down a run. Parra takes high and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
Definitely a short leash here for Alex Wood. Ball 1, ball 2 would probably get some action. Might be a different body down there in the bullpen getting loose. Somebody that they would want to put out a fire and then would pinch hit for.
To second. 1. And that's all.
Almost got the fire hose out by himself on the mound. Got the ground ball. Should have been a double play. Corey Seager just a little trouble getting it out of his glove. One hopper to Forsythe. Boom, boom. Maybe that's 2 last time I counted. And that was 2 tries out of the glove, and that doesn't work.
The old transfer play. 1 out, 1 on, and Trevor Story coming up. Story a 2-run home run in his first at bat in the 2nd inning.
That was a long one too. Up the middle rows of the bleachers out there and left.
He's a great power hitter. Doesn't hit for much of an average and strikes out a lot. But a solid defender.
A majestic shot. The launch angle right there feels like a pop-up. Alex Wood slamming his glove knowing it was crushed, and boy, you don't see him up there very often.
Story's 20th home run of the year. Rockies 4-3 with 1 out and 1 on in the 5th. One ball, 2 strikes.
Rocky road for Alex Wood here tonight, just like it was in his first start back off the DL. But the year that he is having, I know the Dodgers would trust him with any of the high pressure games in October. A competitor that will not melt down and will give his best.
14-2 is 1-loss record. Now the 1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ian Desmond on deck.
The rest of the ball club can make him feel better about this outing by rescuing him with some more runs and figuring out a way to win this one. His job right now is to post a 0 and see what Dave Roberts decides his future is.
Wood is due to lead off in the 5th. Into left center field, well hit off the base of the wall. Taylor gets to it. Now rounding 3rd and heading home and scoring easily is Parra. As Story arrives at 2nd. Rockies 5 and the Dodgers 3.
Left fielder Ian Desmond.
Story usually gets fooled by breaking balls, especially ones that are down. This one just doesn't get low enough. Kind of spinning on the outer half, finds the gap. The Dodgers had a shot at home. Chris Taylor getting it here. Corey Seager coming back after nursing that elbow, doesn't get everything into that one. The footwork was a little off and you end up pulling it. You just hope the elbow is fine.
Now the Rockies, after the Dodgers scored 3 in the bottom of the 4th, break serve in the top of the 5th and have a 2-run lead. Reynolds a clean single to center. Parra would take his place at first on a force out, and then Story the double. Story has knocked in 3 of the 5 Colorado runs. Desmond's been hit by a pitch, grounded out, and has scored a run. To short. Nice easy hop for Seager. Throws wide, and Bellinger has to get off the bag and come back and touch his foot to the bag for the 2nd out.
Catcher Jonathan Lucroy.
It's a little worrisome for me to watch Corey struggle with his accuracy on his throwing. Probably trying to find some mechanics that don't cause that elbow any pain.
Now batting the pitcher.
For the second time tonight, Lucroy is intentionally walked. To get to Chad Bettis. Bettis, a sacrifice, and has bounced out. Rockies 5-3, 2 out, 2 on, and a run in here in the top of the 5th. No balls, 1 strike to Chad Bettis. Bettis out of Lubbock, Texas. Second-round pick in 2010. He's been with the Rockies his entire professional career. No balls and 2 strikes. Morrow told you the story about his overcoming testicular cancer this year. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Charlie Blackmon is on deck. So Wood's got to get him here. Here's the 0-2. Outside and low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Rockies have 8 hits to go with those 5 runs. The Dodgers 3 runs and 4 base hits. Story and Lucroy, the base runners, at second and first. And Ross Stripling is up now. Had been Brock Stewart an inning ago. On 1 and 2. Little chopper. Wood to first, and that will end the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 left. At the halfway mark, 5-3 Colorado.
Appreciation Day here at Dodger Stadium, and you could win some fantastic prizes during the final game of the San Francisco Giants series that begins at 1:10 that day. For tickets and a list of prizes that includes a pair of 2018 season tickets and a trip to spring training, visit Dodgers.com/fan appreciation.
In point of service, nobody's been in a Dodger uniform among the active players, and Andre Ethier is going to pinch hit. Begin the bottom half of the 5th. Alex Wood's night is done. 5 runs and 8 hits in 5 innings. 88 pitches, 57 for strikes, and the 2-run home run he served up to Trevor Story. So here is Ethier, who basically has spent the last 2 years on the DL, but a solid 12 years with the Dodgers. He was the first trade acquisition by the new general manager, Ned Colletti. In the winter meetings, they got a young outfielder from Oakland named Andre Ethier from Milton Bradley. Andre, born and raised right around Phoenix, played at Arizona State, made his major league debut against the Diamondbacks with the Dodgers. To right field, Andre Ethier has returned home in a big way. Feet later, the Dodgers are back to within a run. Now Chris Taylor takes a strike, 0-1.
Take a look at the Carls cam. Andre Ethier. It has been a great Dodger career, and it continues to be great with this at bat as he brings the Dodgers closer.
No balls and 2 strikes to Chris Taylor.
He absolutely laced this ball. Was up in the strike zone. He fully extended and kept it fair.
And the Dodgers back to within 1. Taylor on 0-2. Chris Taylor is 0 for 2. A run scored, got a board on an error. Boy, Andre, the last 2 years, just having to sit it out. One injury after another. But the veterans got the Dodgers back to within 1. Been almost a year since his last home run, and it was against the Rockies. Taylor takes call, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Bettis. And the first out of the 5th.
Seager.
Now Seager, who's 0 for 2 coming up. Dodgers keep hoping and waiting for that spark to ignite. Well, there's Seager with a base hit. 1 out, 1 on, brings up Turner.
Yesterday, the Dodgers came up with 4 runs and fell short, 5-4. The score 5-4 right now, but there's plenty of game left. Corey Seager entered the starting lineup yesterday, this being his 2nd start. That base hit is a good feeling.
Scott Oberg had been warming in the Colorado bullpen. Nobody at the moment, but they are beginning to shuffle around down there. Turner has singled and scored a run in 2 at-bats tonight. Dodgers back to within a run. Turner takes a strike, and it's 0-1. So Ethier's first home run in a year has gotten the Dodgers back to within a run. With Seager at first base, gets past Lucroy, with Seager now at second base.
Lucroy will tell you he should have had this one. Big league catcher's pretty routine to block a ball in the dirt, where this one was not that tough at all. Flex off the thumb padding of the glove and gets away, gives the Dodgers a guy in scoring position.
Got to be a pass ball, and here's Turner with a chance to tie it. Scott Oberg, by the way, back warming up again for Colorado. Two balls and a strike. There he is. Cody Bellinger on deck. Two and one. Into center. Blackman is there.
First baseman, Cody Bellinger.
Now it's up to Bellinger. Bellinger tonight has doubled, scored a run, and bounced out. Strike, nothing in one. Bellinger, of course, the most home runs ever hit by a Dodger rookie. 36 of them. One better than Piazza. The 0-1. No balls and two strikes to Cody Bellinger. No balls, two strikes, and two out. For Bettis, his 87th pitch. One ball, two strikes. One and two. Bellinger 275 with runners in scoring position, 269 on the year. Takes call, strike three, and that's going to end the inning. But Ethier's pinch hit home run, his first in more than a year, has gotten the Dodgers back to within one, 5-4, as we go to the sixth. By In and Out. Alex Wood is out. Ross Stripling is in. The 27-year-old right-hander who has just been terrific all year. This is his 42nd appearance. He made one emergency start, a .311 earned run average. He has struck out 70 in 66 2/3. Opponents hitting .238 against him, and all he has to do is handle the National League's leading hitter, Charlie Blackmon, leading off in the 6th. The Dodgers have gotten back to within 1. They trailed 4-0 after 2. It is now 5-4. Stripling's first pitch is a strike. That is 0-1. What is the difference in Ross Stripling this year as opposed to last year?
Came into the year with the same attitude, a starting pitcher that maybe needs to be in the bullpen. Came back stronger this year. I know Dodger fans would remember that he was sent down to the minors and asked to get stronger in his legs. Kind of the fastball started to tail off in some of the location, but like Alex Wood, the starter tonight, came into the year out of the mix for the rotation, but both of them thought of themselves as starters, and Ross has only gotten one start this year, but he has really developed a knack for any role in the bullpen, how to work out, how to be ready, and he's shown a lot of good quality pitches out of the pen.
The 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's been on the pregame show with Alana and Jerry Harrison Jr. and Ned and Nomar down there, different interviews throughout the year, and he'll tell you that it has been a mission to learn how to work out and get ready. It's a very short curveball with a very big bounce coming at you.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Lofted to left. And there's Jock Peterson, making his first start in left field this year. Stripling out of Texas A&M is also a licensed stockbroker. LeMahieu is 0 for 2 and a walk tonight.
I wonder if he's done any cold calls in the locker room. Be some pretty good client farming.
Well, he invested, Stripling did, a sizable amount of his bonus and did extraordinarily well. 1 ball and no strikes. So if you want to talk to Ross about stuff other than baseball, talk the market. And his is a stock you want to buy. One ball and 1 strike to DJ LeMahieu with Nolan Arenado on deck. Ninth inning in Arizona, and the Diamondbacks have a 7-4 lead over the Padres. One and 2. Well, the Phillies beat the Nationals tonight 5-4. Tonight, Dodger fans are Philly fans. Here's the 1-2. Into right at Puig. Coming into the night, the Dodger lead over Washington for best record in the National League had been cut to 5 on August the 25th. That was when things went awry for the Dodgers. They had a lead of 14.5 over Washington for best record in the league, which means home field advantage as far as you go in the postseason. So Arizona has been closing the gap. Washington had been closing the gap as Arenado Takes outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Reynolds on deck, 2 out, nobody on in the 6th. One ball and 1 strike to Nolan Arenado, who has struck out, single to left, driven in a run, and bounced out. Now up to 117 runs batted in, most in the league. So the Rockies have the biggest run producer in Arenado, and Charlie Blackmon has scored more runs than anybody else. There's Blackmon, who is 2 for 4 tonight. Dodgers and Rockies will wrap up this 4-game series tomorrow. The final 3 games of the regular season will be in Denver. The 1-2 is low and outside, 2-2. Suddenly those final 3 games aren't that far off. 20 games left after tonight. 8 at home, 12 on the road. 3 in San Francisco, 3 in Washington, 4 in Philadelphia. And then the final 3 in Denver. The 2-2 rolled up the third baseline and foul.
Everything should be in order for the playoffs by then, and they will be an exercise for the Dodgers because there are 4 off days before October 6th, which would be the first game of the playoff series for the Dodgers. So they will be divvying up the workload in that series to all the different guys in the regular lineup, in the bullpen, and in the rotation.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. To the right side. Arenado found the hole, and it wasn't by accident.
First baseman number 12, Mark Reynolds.
They were playing him to pull. There was a big hole on the right side. He said, "Thank you very much."
Rare routine ground ball base hit for him. Usually hits it a lot harder and doesn't usually have trouble down to third base like he has had tonight.
Now Reynolds, who's 1 for 3. 9 hits to go with the 5 runs for the Rockies. The Dodgers 4 runs and 6 hits. Reynolds 28 home runs and 89 runs batted in. He was a late signing for Colorado. Desmond had broken his hand. Reynolds, you know what you get. You're going to see a lot of home runs, knock in some runs. He'll strike out a fair amount. And so he was available. Desmond, they figured, would be their first baseman in the beginning. It turns out Reynolds has had a great year. 272. Two out. Arenado, not a lot of speed, a short lead at first base. Two and one. Puig, Grandal, and Forsythe will hit for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th in a 1-run game. First base umpire is Mark Wickner. 2-2. Gerardo Parra on deck, and Stripling 18 pitches in. Reynolds strikes out for the second time tonight. No runs and 1 hit. Yasiel Puig will lead it off in the bottom half of the 6th. Puig tonight 2 for 2 and a couple of RBIs. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. New pitcher for the Rockies as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Right-hander Scott Oberg making his 56th appearance. The Dodgers saw him on Thursday night.
Right fielder, Yasiel Puig.
Gave up a hit and struck out 2.
18 pitches there. He's got a big arm, average fastball around 96 miles an hour, but he's been hit around here in the second half at an alarming rate. I'm looking for some zeros here to keep the Rockies on top.
Dodgers looking for a run to tie. It's 5-4, bottom of the 6th. Puig 2 for 2 at 2:59. A single, a double, and a couple of runs batted in. Oberg's first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. Grandal on deck, and then Forsythe. Peterson, if anybody gets on. Brandon Morrow going to work in the Dodger bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike to Yasiel Puig. There's Morrow.
Dave Roberts and Rick Honeycutt using the Dodger bullpen like they had a lead. They are looking for a win any way they can get it.
2 balls and a strike.
There comes a point in a losing streak that you're playing now not about the record. The record is intact. It's the best record in baseball. But you're playing for the psyche of your team now.
Got to start feeling good about themselves again. Here's a 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dave Roberts during this streak has been steadfast. He said, look, our focus is to win 11 in October. And we're going to rest our players where we can. But at some point, having lost 8 in a row, 13 of 14, then the question of confidence begins to rear its ugly head. Here's a 2-2. Well, it's been a collective team slump. The starters have struggled. The offense has been pretty near non-existent. The last 21 games, the team is hitting collectively .210. And Puig down on strikes.
Catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
Grandal 0 for 2 coming up. And losing 13 of 14, the team is hitting collectively under 200. Grandal doesn't like the call. Neither does Dave Roberts. Forsythe is next as Grandal takes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this team play some meaningful games. These games are meaningful now because of psyche, but they're not meaningful in the record book. They were going to play games like this if they continued winning at the pace they were winning, because they're going to be chasing some all-time records.
One and two.
Very talented team that's probably going to need the pressure of the playoffs to really expose that talent. And we will wipe that slate clean come October.
And so does everybody else. Here's the 1-2. Oberg strikes out the first 2 hitters for the Dodgers here in the 6th.
Second baseman Logan Forsythe.
Forsythe 0 for 2. With Peterson on deck. No balls, 1 strike to Logan Forsythe. Hitting 2 1/4. One ball and 1 strike. Chad Bettis went 5 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned. Gave up a home run to Ethier. Forsythe loops it into short right field. Parra can't get it. That'll allow Forsythe to go to second base. All the years Parra has been playing against the Dodgers, he makes that play. That was a great, valiant effort, a Gold Glove winner. Couldn't quite reach it.
A 2-out double for Forsythe. Parra usually playing left field against the Dodgers in this series, but here in right field, it's a backhand diving attempt that finds the grass, but it wasn't by lack of effort that fell in. Outstanding attempt.
Well, now here's Peterson. A base hit can tie the game. No balls, 1 strike to Jock Peterson. He's popped to third and flied to right. Dodgers with 4 runs tonight. They've averaged less than 2.5 in their last 14 games. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodgers have never led in this game. Rockies with 4 in the 2nd. Dodgers scored 3 in the 4th. Each team scored a run in the 5th. There's 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Padres have scored 6 in the 9th to go ahead of the D-backs.
How about them fighting Friars?
8-7, man on third, 1 out in the top of the 9th. Padres still hitting.
Well, last weekend down in San Diego. Now, whether it was the Padres playing so well or the Dodgers in the midst of the slump, they played some very good baseball. Here's the 1-2 high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Since the middle of May, the Padres and the Rockies have about the same record. Each team right around 500. Curtis Granderson to pinch hit if Peterson can keep the inning alive. Here's a 2-2. Well, we'll see another one.
Fernando Rodney went a third of an inning, gave up 4 hits and 4 earned runs before he was relieved.
Relieved of his duties. If the Padres should hang on and beat the Diamondbacks, the Dodger magic number will go down to 11. And you'll hear about 55,000 exhales at Dodger Stadium should that happen. 2-2. Forsythe leads from second. Peterson works the count full. Oberg struck out Puig and Grandal to begin the inning. Forsythe blooped a double down the right field line. And Oberg wants a new ball. Forsythe the tying run. Three balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. We'll do it again. It's been a long season for Peterson, but a hit here give him a big reason to get a smile on his face. Jock with 11 home runs, 33 runs batted in. 3-2. The shift on the right side of the infield. LeMahieu 10 steps on the outfield grass. Peterson asks for time. And yet center fielder Blackman is shaded toward left field. Three and two out. That'll do it. So Oberg strikes out the side. A 2-out double. Forsythe left stranded. We'll go to the 7th. It's a 1-run game.
To Backstage Dodgers, top prospect Walker Buehler makes his Dodger debut. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers Friday after the postgame on Sportsnet LA.
Well, Ross Stripling went an inning. 19 pitches, 13 for strikes. Gave up a hit. And now it's Brandon Morrow's turn as we head to the 7th with the Rockies leading it 5-4.
Now Morrow with a whip below one of the top in the NL for the relievers, and a batting average against below 200. That's also near the top. He has had a fantastic year. The arm has played up. He touches close to 100 miles an hour consistently.
Once a starter, and now really has found the second half of his career as a sturdy, hard-throwing right-hander out of the bullpen. And Gerardo Parra will be leading it off. Parra 2 for 3. A couple of runs scored tonight. There's a strike, 0-1. And while the Rockies won it 5-4 last night, you never got a sense it was even that close. Dodgers scored 4 in the first last night and then nothing after that. It's 5-4 tonight, and it's an entirely different feel to this game. 0-2 to Gerardo Parra with Trevor Story on deck, and then Ian Desmond. And obviously a greater sense of urgency tonight, with the losing streak at 8. Diamondbacks are hitting in the bottom of the 9th. Padres 8-7. The Nationals lost tonight. Here's the 0-2. Trevor Story on deck. It is Parra who's leading off the 7th. If this guy played against the Dodgers 162 games, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. Since his first day with the Diamondbacks. When there were a couple of dust-ups over the years between the D-backs and the Dodgers, he was right in the middle of it.
Sometimes there are guys like that that you end up trying to trade for, just so they can't play against you anymore.
Can't beat them, join them. But he's having a career year this season. At 329. Morrow strikes him out. First down to the 7th.
6 pitches into the at bat there to finish him off. The first pitch was at 95. The last pitch was at 99. Just getting loose.
What was the hardest pitch you ever threw?
94 about 4 times in my life. And I think the gun was wrong. I think it was less.
Was it high or low?
I think the gun was hot.
Story 2 for 3.
I always kid Mike Brito because I always felt like I threw a little harder than Fernando. But his readings back there were always that Fernando threw harder than me. And to this day, I pass him in the food room and stuff, and I still kid him. I'm like, I threw harder than Fernando. Oh, no, Oral, you threw 88 to 89 with good movement.
There's the 0-1.
Fernando, no. When he came inside with that 4-seamer, it's 91, 92. Right there. Like, Mike, you scouted him, you signed him, you're just pumping it up a little bit. No, 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 Orioles. You had really good location, good movement.
And he was a good diplomat, wasn't he?
Oh, he's awesome.
Mike Brito.
We laugh about it to this day.
Well, these days, 95 to 100 is routine. Here's the 0-2.
The athletes just keep getting bigger and stronger and better every generation.
And what we see out of bullpens now.
Oh boy.
One's a harder thrower than the next.
Yeah, it's a rarity to get somebody, what, under 94?
And hitters now are more apt to hit those fastballs. There's a slider down and away, and the end of the story. 2 out.
One of the great things about Brandon Morrow is out of the pen. Not only has he been dominant this year, but he's been efficient. 2 strikeouts and only 10 pitches. That's the kind of production and efficiency you're going to need in the playoffs, because there are not many off days. And if you get a hot hand, you want a guy to be able to come back in there the next night.
Ian Desmond, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch and a run scored. 5-4 Rockies, 2 out in the 7th. And Morrow is throwing nothing but strikes.
Just pouring it in there, not only with strikes, but high velo.
Pretty fast, too. 11 pitches, 11 strikes. Finally a ball, 1-1. Jonathan Lucroy on deck. Here's a 1-1. Morrow on top of his game. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Be a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 7th, and then Taylor and Seager. Dodgers trail by a run. Just low. And it's 2-2.
Fastball up the ladder, fastball low and away, or another breaking ball. What's he going to throw?
What say ye?
Yasmani wants fastball low and away. He shook it off. Yasmani believes in it so much he went back to it. Morrow said, okay, you believe in it that much, I'll throw it. Now he's going fastball in.
Two up, 2 in.
I like the pitch selection. I just would love to see it start right down the middle. We are not perfect from 60 feet 6 inches away, so I would say that's a very good pitch and a very good miss.
Full count, 2 out. We'll do it again.
Triple digits down the middle, fouled off. Take a listen.
Grandal heard it just fine. On 3-2. Into right. And there's Puig. So Morrow is perfect in the 7th. And at the 7th inning stretch, we've got a 1-run game. Rockies 5 and the Dodgers 4.
Unlimited baseball break brought to you by T-Mobile. Tomorrow's probable starters we'll take a look at. Rich Hill for the Dodgers, Tyler Chatwood. On the road this season, you see the stats for Chatwood. At home this season, you see the stats for Rich Hill. It looks like the balance goes the Dodgers' way, but right now in this game that we're playing, the balance has gone the Rockies' way. They lead 5-4.
And Pat Neshek is now on in relief. He's one of those guys, you don't need a uniform, you don't need a jersey number. All you got to do is watch him throw and you know who it is. With maybe the most unconventional delivery in the game. His 64th appearance, an ERA of under $1.50, and opponents are hitting barely 200 against him. And Chase Utley will be leading it off. Pinch hitting for Brandon Morrow, who pitched a perfect seventh. The Dodgers down a run. Utley takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Taylor on deck and Seager to follow. Utley takes high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're in the bottom of the 9th in Arizona. The Padres scored 6 in the top of the 9th, lead at 8-7, but the D-backs are threatening in the home half. Utley to left, it slices foul.
Nice play in the front row down there. Gentleman brought his glove to the game and got to use it. He's getting some high fives from the crowd. The tip of the hat's a little much, though.
A little. Taylor, Seager, and Turner to follow Utley here in the bottom of the 7th. Hard ground ball, foul. Chase Utley, the Silver Fox, 267 as a pinch hitter. Leading it off in the bottom of the 7th against Pat Neshek. Into left. But Desmond is there. First out of the 7th inning.
Center fielder, number 3, Chris Taylor.
Taylor 0 for 3 coming up. The lefty Jake McGee is now warming in the Rocky bullpen. You got Seager, of course, a left-hander on deck. Then Turner. Bellinger, a left-handed bat. Taylor takes outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Taylor's popped to second, got a board on an error, a throwing error by Nolan Arenado. Hold page 1, new lead. He also took a call, 3rd strike. Into the loge and into the next level. Follow the bouncing ball.
You come to the ballpark every day, you see something you've never seen before.
And that was one of them.
That was it. Wow. Loge to the club level. We have to give you a replay. Let's see what it deflects off of. I hope that wasn't off of someone's head. If it was, that hurt. Oh, and caught. Yes.
That couldn't have been a Canseco play.
That's true. Off his head.
And the right field line slicing out of play.
I can tell you the most routine things on the baseball field are fun, even as a big leaguer. I played out there 17 years, and if somebody hit a comebacker to me and I caught it and I threw it over to first base and got the routine out, it's just fun. It's fun to play. Doesn't seem that important, but it still gives you the same feeling as when you played catch with your friends when you were growing up, or when you caught the ball in the Little League field and the coach was hitting them to you. It's just fun to play.
When you're in the middle of an 8-game losing streak, is it fun to play?
You try. Might not be quite as much fun.
2-2 to Taylor. Bottom half of the 7th, a 1-run game. Neshek, third Rocky pitcher of the night. Taylor pops it into short right field, and Parr is there. Well, the Dodgers' magic number is now 11. The Padres, with 6 in the 9th, come from behind, beat the Diamondbacks 8-7 in Phoenix. That game is just over now.
The Dodgers want to cross the finish line with their own W. They do not want to moonwalk into the playoffs.
You want to get into the playoffs, but you really don't want to parallel park your way across the finish line. So the magic number is 11. If the Dodgers come from behind tonight, it'll be 10. 1-1. So the Dodgers will send a fruit basket to the Padres and thank them very much for their efforts tonight. Granderson, Peterson, and Puig. Turner on deck with 2 out. And the Nationals lost tonight. August 25th, when the Dodger boat went adrift, the Dodgers were 14.5 in front of Washington for best record in the National League. And at the moment, it's 5.5. Get it back up to 6 with a come from behind win tonight. The Dodgers have had 42 comeback wins this year, and the Rockies have had 27 blown leads.
We're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. We don't have the W yet, but the 3 games prior to this series, they had scored only 3 runs in 4 games. Then all of a sudden they got a 4 spot last night, and they got a 4 spot on the board tonight. So the bats are starting to wake up. A few unearned runs, but they still had to get the hits to get them in. You just want to see them start to get their stride back. Can't play as well as they did for as long as they did and not be good. It was just so hard to do. You don't fall on it.
They went from 91-36 to 92-49.
And all you can do is shake your head and be glad there's 20-some games left. And know that all that padding is going to use. Unfortunately, you've got some days left to really get it all together, and we're starting to see some things. I mean, the bullpen is much better the last couple nights. Starting pitching still hasn't come around. The offense is starting to show some life.
On 3-2. Into right. At Parr. At a 1-2-3 inning. nothing across. We'll go to the 8th. Rockies 5 and the Dodgers 4.
Heaven, join the 2018 Dodger family by signing up now for the season seat or mini plan wait list. Registered fans will be contacted by a Dodger season ticket representative on a first-come, first-served basis. Visit Dodgers.com/season tickets or call 866-DODGERS today.
If this is his first game, he will never forget this night for the rest of his life. That's the one thing that sets baseball apart from every other sport. You remember your first game. You remember holding your dad or mom's hand or your older brothers. You can remember exactly who it was that was playing against each other. And I imagine this young fellow will remember this night for the rest of his life. Tony Watson making his 64th appearance. Facing Jonathan Lucroy. 5 runs, 9 hits for the Rockies, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers. Lucroy tonight has flied to center and intentionally walked twice. For Watson, this is his 17th appearance with the Dodgers. 2-1, a 3.38 ERA. Matt Valaika is on deck, and he'll be pinch hitting for Nishek. There is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 2 new lefties acquired at the trade deadline, Watson and Cingrani, took a while for them to kind of assimilate, and both have been pitching much better in the last week to 10 days. The Dodgers have 4 left-handers to choose from in the bullpen come postseason. Edward Paredes and Luis Avalon to go along with Watson and Cingrani.
A little bit of a culture shock. You'd like to get off to a hot start, but if you don't, you're getting used to a few new catchers, or getting used to a bullpen coach, a pitching coach, new theories on how they want you to use your arsenal.
Through the wickets of Bellinger. Boy, that never happens. Or rarely.
It's like there's some gremlins out there or something going on every once in a while. That's just an Olay.
Bellinger's 4th error
Got the glove down low enough. The ball had some side spin on it, being sliced by a righty, and looked like it curved on him on the last hop. But it would tell you that's a little bit of a lack of concentration.
Now here's Valaika. Local product and a Bruin. And a good bunt. Grandal throws him out. Lucroy goes to second. There's one gone.
Number 19, Charlie Blackmon.
Now here's Charlie Blackmon. Earlier in the game we mentioned it, and certainly it bears repeating. Since 2014, almost 4 seasons, Charlie Blackmon has the 5th highest batting average for any left-handed batter against left-handed pitching. 304 in 665 at-bats. So basically, if he went through a whole season facing nothing but lefties, he'd be a 300 hitter. Takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes. He's 2 for 4 tonight. And with his 2 hits, he's at 341, leads the National League, and also leads the league with 195 hits and 127 runs scored. Chopper to third, foul. You get about 600 at bats in a season. That's a season. That's a guy who's played pretty near every day. And this guy, in his career, or actually since 2014 at any rate, 665 at bats. He's hitting 305 against lefties.
It's absolutely fantastic. The context is there are so many left-handed hitters that struggle immensely against the left-on-left situation.
The 1-1. There's a strike, 1 and 2. And the Rockies, like the Dodgers, have hit better against left-handed pitching this year than they have against righties. Bud Black's club sitting 281 against left-handed pitching, 269 against righties. The Dodgers 254 against lefties, 250 against righties, roughly the same. Blackmon on 1 and 2. He was tied up in knots.
Let's take a look at the Volkswagen replay on this fastball into the leading hitter in the National League. Mr. Watson sneaks it right by him. Great location. A little side winding delivery. He's been spiking the fastball inside to righties. There he lets it loose inside to a lefty.
With 2 out, here's LeMahieu. A very important runner, Lucroy, at second base in this 5-4 game. Watson, this is inside. The 11th sellout of the season tonight at Dodger Stadium. 52,884. One ball, no strikes to LeMahieu. 1-1. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 8th. Turner, Bellinger, and Puig coming up. Jake McGee, the lefty, continues to warm in the Colorado bullpen. To face Turner, Bellinger, and Puig. 2-1.
Three hitters that will not be pinch hit for, but behind them with Grandal, Forsythe, and Peterson, you will possibly see Dave Roberts start to empty his holster.
Austin Barnes has been one of the best pinch hitters for the Dodgers this year. LeMahieu caught by Forsythe. That ends the inning. Dodgers have 6 outs left to figure out a way to come up with a run or two. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by BMW. See a Southern California BMW Center today for exceptional offers or visit SoCalBMW.com. Jake McGee now on in relief in the bottom half of the 8th inning. McGee is making his 55th appearance. A 361 earned run average. Opponents hitting 229 against him. And he'll be facing Turner and Bellinger and Puig. Turner tonight is 1 for 3. A single and a run scored. He's driven in a run. Well, the Dodgers down a run. They're 23-16 in one-run games this year, and the Rockies are 19-11. And the Dodgers get into the Rocky bullpen. McGee. No balls and 1 strike. Turner against lefties this year, 385, and last year couldn't hit a lefty at all. Well, one of the many Dodgers, much better against southpaw pitching this year than a year ago, as McGee misses inside, 1-1.
McGee had a hot streak that he just came off of, gave up some runs, but between the 15th of last month and September 4th had his own little scoreless streak working, almost threw a shutout for himself. Got 8 2/3 innings of shutout ball. San Francisco tattooed him though a little bit when he was there for 3 runs, trying to get back on the beam.
Turner on 1-1 takes inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Way back on April the 7th, the Rockies home opener, he recorded a save against the Dodgers. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Justin Turner. Spent a couple of weeks on the DL at the end of July and early August with a sore back. Bellinger and then Puig to follow Turner here in the bottom of the 8th. Turner with 19 home runs. To short. Story picks it up and throws him out.
10 1/3 scoreless innings recorded by this Rocky bullpen in this series so far. So the Dodgers looking at an uphill climb, but they have done it an awful lot of times this year, especially here in front of these home fans.
Bellinger is 1 for 3 and a run scored. Dodgers scored 3 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. That in and of itself is newsworthy because over the last 4 games, the Dodgers scored 1 run or less in each game in just an inning. So they've not been able to bunch runs together as they did when they were oh so hot. 2-0 to Bellinger with Puig on deck. Last night 4 in the 1st, then nothing. 1 in the 4th on Thursday night, and no runs in the rest of the innings. Here's a 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. Wednesday night 1 run in the 1st, then nothing. Tuesday night 1 run in the 5th, then nothing. That's basically been the story. So the offense has really tailed off. Averaging less than 2.5 runs per game in the last 14 games. The 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And as a team hitting under 200. Trailing by a run with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. Now 3-2. Now remember, Bellinger gets on. He's as fast a base runner as the Dodgers have.
Can score on a double from first.
He's got to get there first. 3-2. Shift on the right side of the infield. Bellinger takes a 1-out walk.
Good discipline from the youngster. You can get to a mood where you think you got to try and do it all for the ball club, but no. He takes the walk and sets the table.
Bellinger has stolen 9 out of 12. Puig coming up. He's 2 for 3. Five runs, 9 hits for the Rockies, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers. Both teams have made 2 errors. Puig with 24 home runs. Bellinger with the lead at first. No balls and a strike to Yasiel Puig. Puig at 258. Time now for a quick look at the top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arco. Yasiel Puig, scorcher past Nolan Arenado. A 2-run double back in the 4th inning. Bellinger leads off first. Puig with a fly ball to center field. It's going to stay in the park for Blackman, just off the end of the bat.
There are fly balls that the fans cheer for just because they look like they could be home runs. This was a much bigger cheer with the Dodgers needing these 2 runs. Ball just got in on him. You hear the crack of the bat, you hear the cheering, and really the hearts, not only the mouths, but the hearts of the fans.
2 out, and Grandal coming up. Grandal has been called back. Austin Barnes is going to pinch hit. Grandal had been 0 for 3. Mentioned earlier what a good year Barnes has had as a pinch hitter. Bellinger's at first with 2 out in the bottom of the 8th. Inside. Kenley Jansen is warming in the Dodger bullpen. Seems like it's been forever since he's come in for a save opportunity. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 out. Barnes fouls it off. 1-2. Padres with 6 in the 9th. Came from behind to beat the Diamondbacks 8-7. And the Phillies beat the Nationals 5-4. Suddenly the Nationals are in the Dodgers rearview mirror. Trailing by 5 for the best record in the National League. Barnes fouls it off. The Indians won again. They've won 17 in a row. The 1-2 to Austin Barnes. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Couple of good licks at fastballs on the inner half of the plate. He comes back there. I wouldn't be surprised if Austin Barnes hits it real hard.
Two balls, 2 strikes. It's now 3-2. Well, Bellinger, of course, with the full count and 2 out, will get the head start. If Barnes can find the gap, the Dodgers can tie the score.
If Barnes gets a strike and puts his swing on it, there's a real good chance it'll be for extra bases.
3 balls, 2 strikes. There goes Bellinger. Here comes the pitch to center field. Blackman going back, way back, and in front of the wall in straightaway center. He tracks it down to end the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a man left. We go to the 9th. Rockies by a run.
going deep in this one for his first home run and gives the Dodgers their 4th run of the game, but not enough so far. Right now down 5-4. Coming up next, Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by your Southern California Nissan dealers, John Hartung and Jerry Hairston Jr. will break this one down. Charlie?
5-4, Colorado. We go to the 9th inning. Austin Barnes stays in the game, and he'll be catching for Kenley Jansen. Jansen, his 59th appearance. 96 strikeouts and only 7 walks in 60 1/3 innings.
It's good to see the big fella out there. You can't have a better year than Kenley Jansen is having. Dodgers signed him to a long-term contract, and it has been a great investment. The anchor of the bullpen, the leader of the bullpen, and when he usually comes into a game, it is game over. But here the Dodgers looking for 3 outs, a 0, and a chance to come back.
Nolan Arenado leads it off for the Rockies in the 9th inning. 2 for 4. He's knocked in a run. The Diamondbacks lost tonight. The Nationals lost tonight. And the Dodgers can pick up another game on both. Dodger magic numbers down to 11 over Arizona, and at the moment leading Washington by 5.5 for the best record in the National League. Arenado, fair ball. Arenado on his way to second, and the throw is wide. Nolan Arenado's 3rd hit of the night.
Number 12, Mark Reynolds.
Peterson making his first start of the year in left.
Advantages to having a left-handed thrower in some areas, and disadvantages of having a left-handed thrower in some areas. And you can see right there, Jock has an awkward approach to that ball. The throw is offline. Righty and left, you get the easier throw. It squares up your shoulders and loads your body to throw the ball to second. A left-hander, it's a little tougher.
Well, the Dodgers don't have a whole lot of wiggle room. Trailing by a run. Mark Reynolds coming up. Reynolds is 1 for 4. 10th hit of the night for the Rockies, with Arenado at second. And Reynolds bunting it into the air, and the Dodgers say thank you very much.
28 home runs, 89 RBIs, tries to do something he might not have done since Little League. Maybe trying a little bit too hard there, but appreciating it is the Dodgers.
Was that his idea or Bud Black's?
I would think that was his.
Well, looking at Bud's face, he may have a point. There's 1 out. And here's Parra. Single and a double. 2 runs scored. And he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Scheduled hitters for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th: Forsythe, Peterson, and Jansen. No balls and 2 strikes to Gerardo Parra. Parra at 328, a career high. Long run for Taylor. Can't get it. Now rounding third and heading home is Arenado. And the Rockies take a 6-4 lead.
Number 27.
Chris Taylor had a really good jump on this ball, but the ball about mid-flight takes a little bit of an odd turn. He looks like he's going to get to it, and then all of a sudden the route, he had to shorten it as the ball started to dive. The deflection gets away, and Yasiel Puig tries to get the ball home, but ends up a double and an RBI.
And Parra continues to kill the Dodgers. It's a big run, 6-4 Colorado now. Trevor Story with one out. The leadoff double for Arenado, the double for Parra, and a 2-run lead for the Rockies. Barnes wanted a little bit higher than where it arrived.
It's a great thing about movement. You can miss your location, but if you have late movement, it almost doesn't matter because you can get the ball off the barrel.
Dodgers in the midst of an 8-game losing streak. They haven't lost 9 in a row in 25 years. Oh, and 2 to Story. Ian Desmond on deck. And Colorado with a big insurance run here in the 9th. No balls and 2 strikes. Story down, and that's the second out of the 9th inning.
Great slider from Kenley Jansen.
Ian Desmond.
Everyone has to wait. 4-seamer or cutter off of him, and he throws the slider. It is absolutely unhittable.
Now 2 out. Desmond 0 for 3, hit by a pitch and scored a run tonight. This Diamondback lineup is deep. Desmond hitting 7th, Lucroy hitting 8th. Jansen takes too much time. Parra picks the pocket of Jansen. Parra's first stolen base of the year. No balls and a strike.
In Kenley's mind, that is defensive indifference. It'll be great at a stolen base, but he really doesn't care if he's at second or third. He just wants to get the hitter.
.93-mile-an-hour cutter is 2/3 of the way there. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. A run in, top of the 9th. Rockies 6-4. 1-2. Desmond, 3 stints on the DL this year, broken hand and then some groin issues. The 1-2.
Like to see Kenley finish him right here. 15 pitches would be awesome because a day game tomorrow. You'd love to see him get a save tomorrow.
Dodger fans would love to see him get a win tonight. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Austin Barnes is so quick. When he recognizes that ball's going to be in the dirt, he might get to his knees faster than anybody in the big leagues. He is so nimble back there.
Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Morrow leading off third. Desmond, a .276 hitter. Ian Desmond is done, but not before the Rockies come up with a run on a double by Arenado and a double by Parra. Last licks for the Dodgers coming up.
Rookie to throw away their trash. Be at Dodger Stadium tomorrow when the Dodgers close out this series with the Rockies at the 110 game. The first 12,000 kids 14 and under in attendance will receive a kids trash can presented by Haichu. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Greg Holland, who pitched a perfect ninth to record his 38th save last night, will be facing Logan Forsythe. Jock Peterson in the on-deck circle. And then Kenley Jansen is due to hit. I imagine Jansen has as much of a chance to hit tonight as we do.
He will not hit.
So it's a push.
Exactly.
Forsythe. A double in 3 at-bats. Greg Holland. Missed all of last year with Tommy John surgery. And the Rockies took a calculated risk on Holland, and boy, has it ever paid off. It's a 2-run Rocky lead. A big insurance run in the top of the 9th. 1 ball, 1 strike to Forsythe. A run on Parra's 3rd hit of the night. Knocked home Nolan Arenado, who had 3 hits tonight. Rockies by 2. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, if Forsythe gets on, Peterson becomes the tying run at the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes to Logan Forsythe. Kansas City champion, Greg Holland. The 2-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nothing Bud Black can do. Forsythe extends the at-bat. Forsythe has walked 63 times this year, so he's got a .358 on base percentage. Sees a lot of pitches.
The batting average for the on-base percentage expanded by 130 points.
Greg Holland on 3-2 to Forsythe, leading off the bottom of the 9th. To left and deep and back at the wall. Gone. A home run. Logan Forsythe has brought the Dodgers back to within 1. His 5th home run of the year. It is 6-5.
He has been working really hard with Turner Ward, trying to find some ways to drive the ball, get his hands through, work those hips, and square it up. It all came together on that swing right there.
So the Dodgers are back to within 1 on Forsythe's 5th. And here's Peterson. Outside and high, 1 ball, no strikes. Seventh home run of the season that Holland surrenders. Curtis Granderson on deck to pinch hit. Peterson on 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Forsythe's home run guarantees Chris Taylor another at bat. And they're 1 away from getting Corey Seager up there for sure.
One and 1 to Jock Peterson. Tried to check his swing, went around, and it's 1-2.
Jock trying to collide with a fastball, but got a breaking ball, so he was way out in front.
Peterson tonight is 0 for 3. Popped to third, fly to right, and struck out swinging. On 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Peterson, 11 home runs, 33 runs batted in. Works the count full. Dodgers with 10 walk-off wins this year. Feels like it's been months that this stadium's been this loud. Go, John! 3-2. Holland to Peterson. First out of the ninth.
Holland got a fastball turned around by Forsythe. Goes to a 3-2 breaking ball in the same count to Jock Peterson and gets him. Silences the crowd for now, but they will still be into it with Granderson at the plate.
So Granderson, of course, has home run power. 23 home runs. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. Chris Taylor is on deck. Granderson 7 for 66 since coming to the Dodgers. 4 of the 7 hits, home runs. The 0-1. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Forsythe, the home run to lead off the ninth. His 5th of the year. Holland in search of his 39th save. And the 1-1 to Granderson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rally caps come in all shapes and sizes, and none of them look good. One and 2. Granderson from Holland. Strike 3, 2 out. Called third strike, and Granderson knew it.
3, Chris Taylor.
This one not as good as the pitch to Peterson, but it works.
Dodgers now down to their final out, and here's Taylor. Oh for 4, got a board on an error and has scored a run tonight. Taylor takes low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Chris at 302 has 19 home runs and 66 runs batted in. If he gets on, Seager would be the winning run at the plate. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, and 2 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 out.
That'll get some barking from the dugout. There's 50,000 umpires that say this is a ball, and so does PitchCast.
Ben May, the home plate umpire, is the only one with a vote. The 1-2 to Taylor from Greg Holland. Slowly hit to third. Arenado will throw him out. And the Rockies have beaten the Dodgers 6-5 extending the Dodgers' losing streak to 9. They've lost 14 of their last 15, and this is their longest losing streak in 25 years, not since 1992. Our Lexus player of the game, Trevor Story. It was his 2-run home run in the 2nd inning that would set the table tonight for the Rockies. They scored 4 in the 2nd and never looked back. Story would later double in the 5th inning. Dodgers fall to 92 and 50, but the magic number is down to 11. What with Arizona losing tonight. So that's a wrap for us from Dodger Stadium. Rockies beat the Dodgers 6-5. For Alana Rizzo and Oral Hershiser, Charlie Steiner say good night and goodbye. Talk to you again tomorrow. Coming up next, Access Sportsnet, brought to you by your Southern California Nissan dealers.